Your Honourable NAGUSE-MICHAEL, would you care to explain to the whole world the origins of the Anglo-Saxons and the rest of them?
They claim to come from the Arctic Circle. But you know they lie, NAGUSE-MICHAEL.
Then maybe we should ask the Anglo-Saxons themselves, Your Honourable NAGUSE-MICHAEL.
Then so it must be. You claim to be from Norway, right? Greenland.
Well, yes, this is what we was taught to believe, sir.
This is not a place for sirs. You must address your Honourable Speaker as Nguse.
My sincere apologies for my discrepancy, Your Honourable Nguse.
So why do you Anglo-Saxons and Vikings not still inhabit Greenland to this day?
We mainly use Greenland for military and scientific purposes, sir. I mean, Your Honourable Nguse.
So what we are dealing with here is extraterrestrial extensionalism.
Why would a little island like England need so much space? China has 10 times your population and stays in China.
I really wish I could answer your questions, Your Honourable Nguse, but I'm afraid I cannot.
The white man always know much ado about nothing. Well, it's time for you to know something, Mr. Anglo-Saxon.
Your Honourable NAGUSE-MICHAEL, you speak of the Orientals as if the Orientals have been on their best behaviour. As you can see the evidence of the Chinaman and the Orientals in the Pacific, in the Micronesian Islands, and the Polynesian Islands, and in Hawaii, and in the Pacific side of the Americas. You can see the Orientals' presence. From Siberia came the Mongolians, who strayed through the Bering Straits into Canada. These are the people that attacked the Negroes all over the planet. They came. Extraterrestrials.
Your Honourable NAGUSE-MICHAEL, well, it does seem like the roots of the Anglo-Saxons and the rest of the Caucasians grow from the skies, as opposed to our roots which grow from the ground up.
Orientals are extraterrestrial. Every single one of you have space technology. Every one of you have space stations and have the means to leave this planet. Everybody but the Negroes.
Well, that was once certainly true, Your Honourable NAGUSE-MICHAEL. But today we have access to the most sophisticated space and military technology this Earth has to offer.
Your Honourable NAGUSE-MICHAEL, I have no need to remind you that the Nguse has been a space race for many thousands of years. We, the people who built the pyramids on the Nile, we also built many pyramids in Sudan, in Napata, Meroe. You Anglo-Saxon Caucasians, all you Arab fools, could never get past the second cataract. We tactically retreated to the third and built many, many great civilizations, some even greater than Egypt itself. The kingdom of Kush once expelled all non-Nguse from the sacred motherland. It is you who the Bible named Gog and Magog. We have made many deals to try and seal up the entryway so you can't come in.
Is this not the real reason behind the theological fascist state of Israel? And is this not the reason why you Caucasians and Arabs consistently hold on to the gateway between Africa and Asia with your dear lives?
They not only cling on to the Middle East, Your Honourable NAGUSE-MICHAEL, but they also cling on to our whole planet with the same energy. They push from the Arctic Circle all the way to the equatorial regions. This is what they want. This is their prize. It took thousands of years for them to push down the Nile. You see them straight into the desert of the Sahara, which is the graveyard of our ancestors, and it's also where gods from other places come to die. For 3,000, 4,000, how many years have you been sat praying every day to get into the green lands of Africa so you can chill with the lions and the giraffes, the ostrich, the hippopotamus, the crocodiles and the gorillas? How many years have you all bowed down in that desert?
For thousands of years their heads bow to the sun. Only recently have your feet touched the sacred ground of our motherland. And you Muslims too. Remember Bilal was the first person to make his bow and the first voice that called the majors all come. Before that, you was Persian Anunnaki Elohims. You sacrificed your babies to Moloch and Baal. Still to this day you use those words in El, Michael, Raphael, Samael, and all the other L's.
And owls for that matter.
But we, the Nguse, will not be taking no L's. We inherit all those kingdoms. Anything on earth belongs to the earth. If you come here, anything you own belongs to the Nguse.
True indeed, your Honourable NAGUSE-MICHAEL.
No matter what they say, oh dude, this is our planet. Every single one of you have a tenancy agreement. Do you not?
Answer the question, Anglo-Saxon.
We have the Magna Carta, Your Honourable Nguse.
Each one of you have a reference and a date exactly when you came to a territory. Each one of your leases started from 99 years and then went to 999 years. That is your lease. The Nguse don't have no lease. We have no tenancy agreement. Everything is about who's making treaties and charters with the Anglo-Saxons and the rest of these Abrahamic so-called God men and women. You claim to be the chosen one, but still you cannot grasp even a bit of land in the middle of Asia or Africa that you can claim as your own because you know it's not yours.
The Caucasians will burglarise your land, then have the audacity to ask you yourself to sit there and guard your own stolen property on their behalf.
You blocked the gateway between Asia and Africa. There was no such thing as Asia and there was no such thing as Africa. It was one single landmass. The English had to build a Suez Canal to create an artificial separation. And this is our problem. Extraterrestrial groups play with our planetary blueprint.
And the plans we have worked on for millennia has been stolen by our Anglo-Saxon alien occupiers.
They came with the full intentions to chisel the Nguse out of the timelines of history. Tried to scratch off the instructions off the walls and block the faces and chop off the noses so you people could not identify who are those people, those great people that were buried on that River Nile. Sudan is right next door like Scotland and Wales is right next door to England. You wouldn't know the difference if you just walked and didn't hear no one talk.
The Caucasians seem to forget that the Nile Valley civilization does not start in Egypt, nor does it end in Egypt. Your Honourable NAGUSE-MICHAEL.
This is Africa, it's the Nile, it's one river, a river. And all the people who live on the river made that civilization what it was. So how the hell could just one cataract of all the 6 Nile cataracts, is only one of them, the main one, the last cataract, is the most racist cataract in the whole of Africa?
Well, we are all well aware that the Nguse would never have accepted white supremacy in our lands back in those days, NAGUSE-MICHAEL.
You come try to steal our inheritance. You can have the graveyard, we don't want it. You lay the flowers on my ancestors' heads. For us, we don't need to worry about building space stations. We've got you to build it. This is the true meaning of the Nusupiti, lords of the sedge grass and the bees. The sedge is to represent the African people who grew in abundance from the African Great Lake region all the way down to the Mediterranean Sea. Bees make honey.
The sweetest of honey, Your Honourable NAGUSE-MICHAEL.
So this is the land of milk and honey you speak about in the Bible. It was Africa. So the grass represents the people. And the bees represent the foreigners who come to make genetic honey. And in the process, drop the pollen, which is our gene, on their journeys. Which is why you see the seeds of the black race thriving all over this planet Earth today.
The Negro's presence on all 4 corners of this earth perplexes the Caucasian.